The tide has shifted. Women get too much for doing too little. Women are rewarded for destroying their vows. Women are rewarded for kicking you outside of the house. Women are rewarded for taking prime custody of the children. For every one success story that Matt Walsh has, there's thousands of men that believed in it that got destroyed.
Falcon punch!
Hit by the reality of the family courts, of hypergamy, of the deregulated sexual marketplace. And the sad part is they don't learn until it's too late. They're sitting there watching the fucking Daily Wire, hoping for a TradCon wife, get their TradCon wife. TradCon wife does some dumb shit, divorces them, takes their money, takes their house, and destroys their fucking life. Contrary to the Bible that she swore she would be aligned with. Guys, I wish it wasn't this way. I really do. But I'm giving you guys a pragmatic approach to the current sexual marketplace and the new normal. The training wheels that Matt is talking about, religion, shame, institution, love, duty, etc., they're gone. They're gone. Women get more respect nowadays for chasing a career, making money, and being independent. And you have to ask yourself, independent of whom exactly? Independent of you, motherfucker. That's what it's about. Women get more respect for being independent of you than walking down an aisle and having vows. I need you guys to unplug from the blue pill fucking mindset that Matt Walsh has. Because the problem with these traditional conservatives is they're fucking blue pill, bro. And it's painful to hear and see. But I gotta drill this into your guys' fucking heads so you guys understand this is the new normal. If you guys really want to be able to have this type of lifestyle that Matt is talking about, you're gonna have to be searching far and wide, and you might have to leave the United States. I'm not saying it isn't possible. I'm just telling you guys it's not probable. One more time, niggas. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's highly not probable. Possible and probable are two different things. So if you guys do want that, go somewhere where the probability is higher. And I'm here to tell you guys, it ain't the fucking United States. It ain't Canada. It ain't the United Kingdom. It ain't Australia. It ain't New Zealand. It ain't Israel. It ain't fucking Italy, France. Any first world country where feminism has taken hold, you need to be concerned with. And here's the thing, guys. This isn't an American problem. I got people watching me now from all over the fucking world, and we're all dealing with the same bullshit, bro. We're all dealing with the same bullshit. All right, let me read some of these chats. The best way Matt will learn is when he gets burned and his wife takes half his money. I hope that doesn't happen to him. I was married 18 years. You nailed it on the head. Now I'm single over 8 years. Love it. All right. Dead Riser. No, sorry. R. Sergeant. I knew where my dad kept his gun and how to use it by the time I was 5 years old. I wasn't afraid of dark anymore. Okay. Shizness says, save for me. I almost didn't want to see him because he would judge and beat my ass with a horsewhip. Okay, damn, nigga. What are you, fucking Toby? Sirach says, Matt Walsh has no fucking clue what he's talking about. He's been out the game way too long. Yeah, guys, he's been married since, bro, this nigga's been married since 2010. Guys like Matt Walsh will tell you the baby is all you need to know to deal with women in 2025. Shiznit, Myron, can you believe my friend 24 got with a Salvi that has 6 all different kinds of fathers? And oh yeah, he's cooked. Grizzick, Matt Walsh is so fucking gay, bro. He lives in the past and Tate is living in now. That's the difference, yeah. I had a friend of 25 years. He got with a girl he has been with 20 years, and she has had 2 kids with 2 different guys while they've been together, and a kid before. Life out here is crazy. Ouch. GY says, hey, Myron, love the energy today. Okay, cool. R. Sergeant says, look for the small town country girl. They tend to be faithful. Yeah, but still a risk, bro. If you're going to marry, marry without the state involved. Benjamin Netanyahu. The best way Matt will learn is when, oh no, sorry, we read that one already. All right, cool. So guys, it's 7:45. We're gonna have Fresh and Fit now at about 8:30. I'm cutting today's show short because I want to go to the gym and train, so I don't look like Matt Walsh. Japan has a breeding program, so does China, have been getting a little harder as an American. Okay. So guys, we're gonna have Fresh and Fit at 8:30. We're gonna have Andrew Brank on, he's a self-defense lawyer. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna talk about some different cases, case law, etc. So tune in to Fresh and Fit at 8:30. Love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. for Myron Gaines X. We're gonna probably do a long one tomorrow for you guys. It's gonna be a good long stream. We're gonna be back with Fresh and Fit at 8:30 with Andrew Brank. It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna go get a workout in, guys, because I don't want to be a fucking triple chin loser like some of you niggas in the chat, or like Matt Walsh, having the beard to cover his fat face. But anyway, love you guys. Peace.
Turn your ideas into videos. Go to artlist.io and get everything you need, all in one place. Music recorded by real artists. Stunning visuals produced to empower your stories. Sound effects created with attention to detail. Customizable templates that are easy to use. And AI voiceover, with voices exclusive to Artlist. Go to artlist.io and start making videos today.
Producers, this plugin helps you finish your tracks way faster. Check this out. I'm gonna start with this loop that I made here. And I'm gonna use Co-Producer to fill out this song. So first, I'm gonna click Capture Your Audio. Now it's analyzed the harmony and rhythm of my song. I'm gonna type in groovy R&B guitar and click Find Samples. So I like this one. So I'm gonna drag it in. And you can drag in as many samples as you want. There are no credits. So I wanna add one more thing to my song, and I think vocals would sound really good here. I'm gonna search for smooth R&B vocals. Run it up, run. Let's work with that. If you make music, you need this plugin. Go download Co-Producer free today.
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Shaka is here, Stevie as well. Nadem, can you hear us? Apparently there's been some technical problems.
I can hear you. Can you hear me, Dan?
Yes, beautiful.
Okay?
There we are. Did you miss our palindrome game?
I saw it straight away. It's a very, very nice bit of trivia that I like it.
That's great trivia, isn't it? It's very impressive. Not bad at all. I think we stole it from someone. I don't think, well, definitely we didn't get it from ourselves. Okay, Rodrigo to Liverpool is an upgrade or downgrade to Luis Diaz, Stevie?
Ooh. I would rather have Luis Diaz. Listen, yeah, if I'm picking the team tomorrow,
Really?
I'm picking Luis Diaz over Rodrigo.
And you know my next question?
Why? Quite honestly, Rodrigo to me has had some big moments, but I wouldn't say he's been the most consistent ever. I think Luis Diaz has been way more consistent and has had big moments. Yeah.
Do you concur, Nathan?
I think for Liverpool, yes. I think Luis Diaz has got a little bit more bite about him as well. Not to say Rodrigo doesn't have it, but I think in terms of some of the physicality of the Premier League and for the way that Liverpool need to play at times, I think Luis Diaz can match that sort of energy, whereas I think Rodrigo might come a little bit short there. Yes, he has the talent, but as we can see in the Premier League, he almost needs to be a complete player to be of a big influence for some of these bigger clubs as well.
Stevie, as Liverpool's biggest critic, so Stevie,
did you
while
send
you're
this?
away, Stevie sent me a video and it was like, Steve Nicol, ex-Liverpool legend, hates the club.
Hey, attention seeker. Attention seeker.
Why Stevie sent me this? I just saw it. It's just all the
Oh, boy.
Honestly.
edited, all the abuse.
Every single thing I'd ever said against either a Liverpool player
Yep.
or the way they had played.
been all edited together.
All stuck together.
Shocking, it's
How
great.
dare you be
I love
unbiased.
that. Right, over, under. 1.5 trophies next season. Where are you going for Liverpool?
I'll go under, I'll go 1.
Oh, Liverpool hate. There's new
Yeah.
signings.
Yeah. There's a set-up as well.
Why? Which one? Okay, which one is my first question?
Boy.
Premier League.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Champions League.
Liverpool are not favourites for the Champions League, are they, right now?
No, I would say PSG probably are.
Right, so there you go. So Premier League.
Because they're not
Because
favourites.
they're favourites. They are favourites.
Right, yes.
Premier League.
Yeah, I imagine they're favourites for FA Cup and Carabao Cup as well.
Well, the problem is, what are they going to play the first team? I'm not so sure.
Okay, all right, that's...
In fact, I'm telling you that they won't. The Carabao Cup and the FA Cup
Well,
will not be
they learned their
Liverpool's-
lesson after
will not be
Plymouth.
Liverpool's first team.
Okay.
And when you do that, you open the door of an upset and get knocked out.
Okay.
Whereas in the Premier League, in the Champions League, absolutely they're going to be going for it. But
Right.
as you said, PSG will be the favourites.
Yes.
And Liverpool, I believe, right now would be the favourites for the Premier League.
Wow.
So that's why I'm going 1.
Wow. Despite record
Unless you want to
spreading-
start throwing in the Charity Shield and all
No,
that.
I don't
nonsense.
want to do that. No.
Right, good.
Okay.
Not biased.
Who should United sign as striker, Shaq? Mateta, Watkins, or Jackson?
No, it's got to be Watkins.
What's happened to Ollie Watkins?
He just kind of fell off a little bit back in the last season. But I still think, I certainly of the three, in terms of Manchester United needing an out-and-out finisher, Ollie Watkins for me is easily the best of the three. Mateta gives you a lot more from deep, but in terms of finishing, Ollie Watkins.
That was quite a serious answer, Shaq.
Yeah, I'm a very serious guy, Dan.
In case you missed it, there was a bet that happened during the show. Shaka bet that João Pedro would score more goals than Ekitike. With Stevie, $50 of Stevie's money.
And not pennies. I'm not. No
I've still got
pennies.
those pennies at home somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who should United sign? Mateta, Watkins, or Jackson? Nadem, who are you going for?
To be honest, I'll go against Watkins just because Watkins is a fraction older than the other two. I think he's 30 years old. And I think if United are going to be doing that, they're not really building for the future as such. And I think we saw in January that, like, Watkins is, like an Arsenal fan, did not want that move to happen. So maybe he's thinking that could be an opportunity for him somehow. I don't know. So I think I would actually go for Mateta because I think there's something to be built there. Whereas for Nicholas Jackson, is he a 9? Is he a wide man? We've not really seen it enough properly in the Premier League. Whereas Mateta is a clear 9, and when he's hot, he's super hot.
Would Nadem be okay with letting Ederson go and replacing him with James Trafford?
I like Ederson, I think some people rightly point out some of the mistakes and stuff that he's made, but I think what he's changed since he's been at Man City is he's transformed the way that they've played football, transformed the way that they've made attacks. This is a guy that's got 5, 6 Premier League assists, whatever the number is. Somebody who people don't really want to go and press anymore because they know how good he is on the ball. And I think for James Trafford coming in, he can be a fantastic shot stopper. But I think that ability on the ball is something which at times can define City. And yes, he could make a mistake every now and again, but the positives to me far outweigh the negatives. So I'd be reluctant to see him leave. But if James Trafford comes in, then I suppose it's just a case of trying to build on that legacy, I guess.
Nadem, what's going on with Ederson? Why is there only 3 million?
I don't know, Dan. I don't have a clue about these transfer fees and so on. He's 3 million, but there's somebody that's never kicked a ball before, might be 10 million. I don't know, Dan. I don't have a clue.
Well, I have had some
Boston.
offers. Shaka,
Yeah.
Ederson, what's going on?
I'm with Nadem. Nadem certainly has transformed the way that City has played. I think where Ederson has come unstuck over the last few years is Ederson's strength was his passing over distance, over reach, and you couldn't press him because certainly, the team couldn't press too high because Ederson would just drill a 60-yard ball over the top of you. And more, his mistakes have come when he's tried to pass short out to the back. And you've seen less of those long balls over the top of defenders. I would love to see Ederson go back to that, because that forces the entire team to take a couple of steps back and allows City a little bit more room to develop their passing style. So if I'm keeping Ederson, I'm saying to him, go over the top. Look for Haaland and Marmoush and the likes over the top a lot more than he had been, certainly over the last 2 or 3 years.
I find that strange. We're talking about passing here.
Yeah.
We're talking about passing here.
What are goalkeepers there for?
Exactly, to save the ball.
Yeah, Xhaka.
And when was the last time Ederson made a big save that changed anything? All of those, that run of games that was ridiculous, where they were going ahead, sometimes 2 and 3 goals ahead and let it all go. If Ederson had made some saves, they could have avoided all that.
But to that point, Stevie,
Surely
Edison
that's
has
more
never
important.
been.
Is that not more important?
No, but Ederson has never been the top shot stopper in the league, let's say.
I'm not saying he's ever been the top, but I'll tell you what, when he came, he was making some saves.
He's making some saves.
I don't remember the last time he made a save.
It's not as though he was, he wasn't like Alisson is for Liverpool. He was never that type of goalkeeper for Manchester City. Even when City were winning, 5 in a row or 5 in 6 years, whatever it was, he was never that goalkeeper.
Xhaka, should play be stopped if the goalkeeper makes a save on a penalty kick? No rebounds allowed? Automatic goal kick?
No, I'm balls in play.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you'll know. Because when I heard this first time, I thought this is a wind-up, right?
Oh, no.
Is it possible that somebody's come up with this and they've actually thought about it?
So here's the thing. Here's kind of the frustration with how things happen in IFAB. It just takes somebody high up enough in FIFA or World Football to put something forward, and you have to discuss it.
Right.
It could be the most ridiculous thing.
Like this.
But as long as it comes from a confederation president or somebody with enough weight within world football, you have to discuss it. And that for me, yeah. But anyway.
You all, of course, came to America to end your careers.
Y'all. Y'all?
Are you okay?
Did you try and say y'all?
No, I think I just said you all.
No, it was kind of a cross between the two, wasn't
really?
it?
I thought you were just having some sort of...
That's what it sounded like. You all?
I was making sure you're okay. Where would you go now? Saudi Arabia, MLS or Wrexham?
Saudi Arabia, I'd go.
Why don't you go there, Shaq?
Warm.
Sorry?
It's warm.
It's warm. Well, it's warm. You're in Texas.
Yeah, it was actually. It was way too warm.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Stephen?
Saudi Arabia.
Yep, not Wrexham.
No.
Stevie's in the latest Wrexham documentary.
Yeah. What have you done?
I'll probably criticise somebody.
Welcome to my world.
He's criticising Liverpool.
I know, yeah. At least we don't have ex-players like this guy.
Nader?
To be honest, I think I'll be on the same plane as those two going to Saudi Arabia. I apologise, but it is what it is.
No thinking about it. No thinking about it. I'll take a middle seat if I have to.
Nader, or do you want to leave it for another time? Oh, all right, don't bother. Okay, that's it.
Okay then, all righty.
He's a bit stressed.
Oh, boy.
What a short show. We are done. We'll be back tomorrow for more. No Nader quiz. So sad.
Create your ultimate summer escape at Ashley's Summer Black Friday with hot buys for every room starting at just $199. Plus, save up to 25% on summer bestsellers and pay no interest for 5 years when you buy in store. Only at Ashley.
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for all of your questions. Ali is here, Nader, and Gab as well. Gab back from America. You happy to be back in the UK?
Yeah, though it's sweltering over here as well. But I do have air conditioning in my home now, so that is a little bit of a game changer.
Big time showing off, eh, Gab? That's how those ESPN FC pennies are going. Do you have air conditioning in your home, Nadem?
No, I've just got a few windows, like to open them every now and again. But yeah, can't have got my potty money, can I?
Nadem.
So wait a minute. So the budget in Gab's house all went to the air conditioner, right?
Well,
not fixing the background in his shot.
Yeah, exactly. This basement.
It's not finished yet, Ali.
All right.
Good things come to those who wait.
All right.
Oh, well, there we are.
Okay.
Nadem, do you believe with Rodri coming back, City will be a totally different team this season compared to what we saw last season?
Yes, because overall they were poor for their standards last season. And I think when you bring back somebody that had the season he had before, you know, as a Ballon d'Or winner, then it's obviously going to help. In terms of that, the injury was a significant one, so he's not going to be at his absolute best. But one thing about Rodri, which I always found to be really impressive, was the fact that he could complement everybody else within that midfield. So I think, yes, that will make a big difference in terms of how City are going to be setting up this year. And I think some of those new signings as well probably have an easier time of things as opposed to the ones who came in this last season.
Gab, should Chelsea sell Jackson and go after John Duran, who's leaving Saudi Arabia?
No. You've invested so much time and money, not that he was a huge signing, but you've invested so much time in Jackson's development. He is developing. I think, you know, if you stick just to the football and ignore the yellow cards for dissent and the red cards for brain farts that we saw against Newcastle in the tournament, the football side of Nico Jackson got better. I think you stick with him. Obviously, you brought in Rory Delap, which probably means you're going to split playing time, but Jackson has multiple uses.
Liam?
Oh, you're laughing?
No, it's because you said Rory Delap.
Yeah.
He's 50 years old now.
Oh, right. I never get this right.
But has a great throwing. Still has a great throwing.
Big pro.
All right, so they brought in Liam Delap.
Yes.
Nico Jackson has multiple uses.
There we go.
He can also do
Why
a
is
job for
Duran
you.
leaving, Gab?
I don't know, maybe he doesn't like Saudi. I don't know.
Okay, I
Ask
thought you
him.
might know. Being a journalist on your big wages, you can afford air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yes, I cover John Duran closely.
Well, Gab, we'll start the question who you cover closely, to be honest. Ali, Madrid have Gonzalo and Endrick. Do you think a team like Manchester United should at least try and loan out one of them for a season better than anything they currently have?
I suppose you could try, but you're going to run into some of the same questions that you had about the players that you currently have on your team.
Yes.
Endrick is potential.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Maybe. He's shown some signs, but certainly not enough. So you put him into that squad that has obviously underachieved, and you're saying, yeah, you come and resolve the issues. You talk about that sort of pressure being put on a player that hasn't proven that at the highest level he can be productive with consistency. And in the case of Gonzalo Garcia, most people out there don't even know who Gonzalo Garcia is.
How much should we read into how good he's been? Huh? How much should we read into how good he's been in this tournament?
Look, I think it's important that he has made a case for himself and how good he has been, not only with the goals, but his overall play and his willingness to press and his work rate, because I think he has shown a framework. Dare I say, Gonzalo Garcia has shown Kylian Mbappe a framework of how this can actually work between whoever plays up front with Vinny Jr. in a pairing.
I'm the voice inside your head.
And while you're typically athletic, right now, Brick, you're pathetic.
Shank.
Gonzalo Garcia, who we know is not as good a player as Kylian Mbappe, has made it look as good as it has, then I think it elevates the expectation for Kylian Mbappe. Hey, this young kid over here is making it work. He looks good doing it. He's scoring goals. Look at the work rate, creating chances, running away from the ball, being able to run in behind, but also giving you hold-up play. You got to be able to do it too, Kylian. The young guy's doing it, you should be able to do it as well. I think Gonzalo Garcia has been really good, but it's been 3 matches. So for those that may think he's going to answer the questions for Manchester United, I believe, is a big, big major leap.
Miles Lewis-Skelly, Nadem, Kirkes, Aït-Nouri. Which of these left backs are most likely to make the Premier League Team of the Season next year? Rank that in order.
Wow.
It's a good question. I think while Robertson's still at Liverpool, I think Kirkes will be sharing game time, and I think the same for Aït-Nouri because
Okay, say
sometimes
Robertson
they will
goes to
probably play
Atletico
Guardiola out there.
Madrid. Say Robertson's gone.
I think for total game time, I think I'll go Kirkes, Lewis-Skelly, and then Aït-Nouri. But it's not to say that they won't have their impact, but in terms of how much they'll play, I think that's going to be the order.
But I don't think that was the question. It wasn't how many minutes are they going to get. It's how good are they going to be at the end of the season.
No, the question was about who's going to be in Team of the Season, Dan.
Exactly.
So are you going to be in Team of the Season if you played half the games?
No, but I believe that all three of these players are going to play more than half the games. I think that's a fair assumption to make. So I think you're slightly changing the goalpost by saying, well, who's going to play the most minutes? Because I don't think those necessarily go hand in hand, do they?
Beware assumption, Dan. I'm going in that order, and there's nothing you can do about it. So thank you very much, Dan. Thank you very much.
Well, listen, respect Nadem. You know he's hot. Doesn't have air conditioner. Who knows if the windows are open?
He's not on the Marcotti Millions. Now, another question for you, Nadem. So they get angry. Who's the guy you played with on some of the youth international teams for England that you thought was going to make it as a professional footballer for a long time, but didn't make it?
Oh, here we go.
Who did you think the superstar was going to be that never happened? How many minutes did they have?
Well, so... anyway, so I actually only made my international debut at under 20s, and this was after already playing in the Premier League for 2 years. So I played under 20s and under 21s. Most of the people I played with were professional. But to mention a story of somebody who looked like he was going to go, you know, to be one of the biggest stars that we've seen, was a guy I played with called Michael Johnson. And when I was at Man City, the expectation on him, this is a local boy from Manchester, was that he was going to be one of the best players that City have ever had, going back to days of like Colin Bell, who's got a stand named after him, like a City icon. And he was so good that City, within the space of 20, 30 games, gave him a contract which basically broke the way that, you know, they'd set up contracts previously. He was going to be the next thing international. He was going to be the next this. But then, unfortunately, he suffered an injury. And by the time he's probably in his mid-20s, he'd retired. Wow. He finished his career, I think it was 51 games. And this, again, was a guy who was being spoken about as being the best thing to ever come out of Manchester City's academy. I think he ended up having issues with mental health. There was drinking. There was all sorts with it. And it's a sad tale to see that happen to him. Because, as I say, when he first started his career, he was one of the most exciting players. He was getting spoken about in the same way people spoke about Phil Foden. You know, this was Michael Johnson. But now, you know, when his career finished, he said, I'd just like some time to be left alone so I can get on with the rest of my life. And it's a sad turn, but another sort of story about the realities of how the way football can get you sometimes.
Gab, is there a player that springs to mind that you followed when you were younger that you thought was the bee's knees but never made it?
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a bunch. I mean, off the top of my head, I mean, the most notable example was, I mean, it's dialing it way back, but there was a striker on the Italian under 18 side who, back then the strikers were Gianluca Vialli and Roberto Mancini, and this guy's name was Marco Macina, and he would start every game and the other two would alternate. That's how good he was, and people were so sure he was going to make it big time. But instead, again, it's another situation where it never quite worked out with him. The suggestion was that, yeah, he loved football, but he liked girls a lot more than football. And that got him into trouble multiple times. And then eventually he lost interest in football. I'm sure he's still interested in girls.
Ali.
How do you follow that up?
I'm excited to find out.
I would say that a name that everybody would be familiar with, and if you happen to be around Major League Soccer, or even if you weren't, because it was a name that became prevalent and important in this league, and I think abroad, is Freddie Adu. Everything in Major League Soccer was geared towards Freddie Adu. Everything. I'll give you an example. I played with the LA Galaxy at the time, and if you take the 405 South from where our stadium was, and you go into the freeway, there is a big old billboard that always had the next game coming up for the LA Galaxy, and we'll give you ticket information, this, that, and the other. When Freddie Adu was coming to town with DC United, the billboard that was right outside our stadium said, "Come watch."
My people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome. Spartana FC. We are within. Oh, Jorel Hato. Club to club negotiations confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. We're going to get the player. I highly believe so. He's keen on the move. We are the world champions. Our pull right now is stronger than ever. 19-year-old defender, turned 19 in March, playing for Ajax. He isn't that expensive. Market value as for transfer market, 35 million. As we work on the Xavi Simons deal, and we've signed a good number of attackers, Jamie Gittins has arrived. Joao Pedro arrived with a bang. You get me? We still look forward to Esteval Willian joining that front line. Liam Delap has joined the team, but we needed to reinforce the back line. And Jorel Hato's versatility with his ability to play as a left back as well as a center back, it's perfection. It's so perfect. This is a young player. He's gained experience playing in the Ajax system, playing alongside the leadership of Jordan Henderson, of course. But if you just look at his highlights, he's willing to put in that tackle. He's physical. He has a good passing range. He has an eye for goal at the age of 19. And he's Dutch. So we're looking to bring in 2 Dutch players within this week in Xavi Simons and Jorel Hato. And it's looking likely that Chelsea will get both deals over the line. And I'm so excited about this. So on the side of Xavi Simons, Connie Chukwuemeka could go the other way in terms of him going to Leipzig. So Chukwuemeka, I think it was good business sending him to Dortmund so he can gain experience in the Bundesliga. And now a Bundesliga side in Leipzig are keen on the player. You would say his market value is lower than Xavi Simons. If you look at Connie Chukwuemeka's career stats, he hasn't really played a full season of sorts. So he doesn't have that level of stature in terms of where he is in his career. However, he's only a year younger than Xavi Simons. That's the crazy thing. Connie Chukwuemeka, we got him from Aston Villa's youth system when Steven Gerrard was still the manager of Aston Villa. He joined under Thomas Tuchel, didn't really get moments. He didn't get his chance until Poch came around, and then he got an injury. And Chukwuemeka's had more than one injury across his career. But you think of a Xavi Simons, who's only a year older than Chukwuemeka. How long have we heard Xavi Simons? How long has that name swirled in football? Since the PSG days. It's been a while. To think he's only 22 is crazy. So he broke through very early as a footballer. And he would arrive at Chelsea with a lot of experience under his belt. But Chelsea, this is what we needed. To go back to the defense. We are winning. Marc Cucurella did not have backup. We don't have an out-and-out left back if Cucurella needs to be rested. I'm not going to say injured because Cucurella just doesn't have injuries in his bones, and I love that about the player. But Jorel Hato being able to slot in that position is perfection for us. And Jorel Hato played as more of a centre-back for Ajax. So should we deploy him as a left-back, he will understand the defensive side of the game. And then I'm assuming the right-back, either Gusto or Reece James, will invert more into the midfield with Jorel Hato joining the back 3. If he joins. He should join. I don't see why I would miss out on this. What a player. What a player. He played the majority of last season in the Eredivisie. He's a mainstay starter for Ajax, but he's already keen on the move to Chelsea. 35 million. Market value. That's fair. Chelsea will not sway from such a valuation of a player, and you would assume his wages aren't that high either. So putting him on a 60, 70,000 a week won't be, that's something we can do as Chelsea. We have a very strict wage budget as a club, but players like Jorel Hato, 19 years old, on the come up, in a Maresca system. Give us away. Bring him here. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano, thank you for your reports. I believe a week of us getting Xavi Simons and Jarell Hato and closing off the transfer window is okay. We could still bring others. You know, I'm not closing it off in terms of Chelsea, but in terms of squad depth, this Jarell Hato move could be the final piece, guys. Let me know your thoughts on that, because we needed players in the back line. Centre-backs were okay. Left-sided centre-back, there's Colwell, Badiashile. You could count Aaron Anselmino. Right side, Tosin is there. You know, Chaloba is there. Mamadou Sarr has returned to Strasbourg on loan. Funny one, world champion, but he goes back where he was. Right back, we know we have Gusto as well as Reece. Ashimpong is also a player we need to consider for the back line. I think he can play across the back line, if anything. So left back was only Mark Cucurella. Now bringing in Jarell Hato. Oh, this transfer window. This could be the greatest transfer window we've had since 2004. Arguably. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Am I reaching? Because Mourinho arrived. Abramovich splashed the cash. Mourinho just went to Marseille. He said, this Drogba guy. No, we don't know him. Mr. Abramovich just paid the money. He paid the money. Peter Cech, pay the money. You get me? And we reinforced across the team. If anything, Carvalho, pay the money. You get me? Deco, pay the money.
I am the one, the way you...
Todd Bowley and Co., they gon' pay the money, and we are gonna strengthen, and I strongly believe we will be challengers with the addition of Jarell Hato. Challengers for what? Everything. You get me? Blessings, my people.
Now that I use Monday Service, AI makes solving tickets my form of meditation. Monday Service is a ticketing platform that helps us manage and automate our entire service operations with efficiency and with no code needed. IT, HR, ops, or any other department, everyone can manage ticketing their way and stay on the same platform, so we can create a unified experience for our customers.
We've all heard of Morgan Freeman, but now we've got a free man like Morgan from Nottingham Forest, blood. Bucket list 2, fam. What's going on? We got a Here We Go nearly 2 weeks ago, coming like I'm shipping a parcel from Australia. This is ridiculous. That Forest owner, Marinakis, he must be Ange Postecoglou's cousin, the way he's refusing to do business with us. He even gave Ange an award after we won the Europa League. They're Greek. I saw the photo. More grease than a KFC bucket. We paid the release clause, 60 million. Maybe we should have thrown in a couple chicken gyros and Slovaki's blood, because it wasn't enough. That Nottingham Forest owner is moving like the ugly friend in a nightclub, and he's blocking the deal. Deep it, we are getting batted up by the Greek Margin Booth, fam. Margin Marinakis, he's man-marking Gibbs White in Nottingham. Everywhere he goes. Ever since this owner came into the Premier League, he's making enemies. The man walks around like he's Tony Soprano, but Daniel Levy is not getting batted up by a brother that puts on his trainers and then don't see them for the rest of the day, fam. Is man mad? Other news I'm hearing that Spurs have joined the race for Rodrigo, and if we're in the race, that race is gonna be looking like Ashton Hall versus I Show Speed, fam. Let's be honest, that brother's name is ringing more than Aaron Pierre. We ain't getting him. Talking of Here We Goes, Victor Gyökeres is joining Arsenal, and that brother, when he was at Sporting, he was a shooter like Mark Wahlberg. Let's have it right. Forget Glock 9, it was about Glock 54 with the amount of goals that he scored. This brother has more goals than appearances. He's moving like he's scoring when he's on the bench. It's ridiculous. Listen, we all need to come together, take our vitamins, say our prayers, and hope that them goals dry up quicker than some elbows in Dubai, fam. Brother, let's pray that is a Darwin Túnez affair. Let's pray they don't get Victor Gyökeres and they get Victor Freeze from Batman, blood. Instead of covering his mouth, he has to cover his eyes because he can't believe what he's seeing. Let's hope. Let's hope. Generational hate aside, let's be honest. Robbie has had more up top than Arsenal ever since Aubameyang has left. So at this point, Bob Marley's Don't Worry may need need to come off my playlist because it's looking peak, fam. And finally, Life of Brian Mbumo has joined United, bruv. Here we go, 70 million package, medical done, United player, and if he scores as many goals as he scored last season, they're gonna be calling him Camerooni, fam. I'm not even gonna lie. All United have to do now is attend Notting Hill Carnival and try and get rid of Hoyland, because all that brother does is back up, fam. Danish hard drive, blood. Come on, G. That man must be able to get at least 250 from him. And I'm talking about pounds.